40 minutes to chop it up on this subject matter today, man. We short on time. I got a little downtime in between my little sessions and classes tonight. So hopefully y'all got about 35 to 40 minutes to chop it up, man. Y'all see the subject matter. Give y'all about a minute or so to tap in before I start building and elaborating on this subject matter, man. So what's the word? How y'all feeling? How y'all living on this wonderful Monday? Let me know how y'all living and feeling on this Monday evening, man. It's looking a little gloomy this way, but it's all good, though. It's all good. What's the word, man? How we living? How we feeling? How we living and feeling? Montel, peace, what's happening? What's the word? What's the word? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? Magic, peace, what's happening? What's the word, man? We see this subject matter. I kind of flipped the script on this one. Big Bully, peace, what's happening? Say all is well, there we go. The real peace, what's happening, my brother? Montel, man, everything is smooth, man. Everything is smooth, man. We maintaining, focused on elevation. That's all we can be. Doreen, peace, what's happening for sure? A lot of times, man, we always talk about parents having to bury their children. But a lot of times we don't talk about children having to bury their parents before, when you parents out here dying 50, 60, 70, man, that's too, man, that's too young, yo. Like we got to talk about that. That's too young. You shouldn't be out here dying in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, man, of some preventable diseases and preventable conditions. Like some of these elders be a little selfish, man. You got to think about how traumatizing that is for the child, man, when you failing to take care of yourself and now your child got to deal with you under those conditions. You're diabetic, you got Alzheimer's, you got all of these type of conditions, and now your child, your grandchildren, they got to see you in that state. They got to care for you. They got to do all these things, man. That's traumatizing, all because you don't want to take care of yourself. All of those things that I mentioned, they can be prevented if you just make better decisions. At some point, you got to be like, all right, man, let me make some better decisions in my life, man, so people won't have to be trying to care for me when I'm in my 50s and 60s, man. Like, for real, we got to talk about it, man. In the society that we live in the Western society that we in, we have associated getting older with a bunch of diseases. And a lot of that is nonsense. Like, you in your 50s and 60s, you ain't supposed to be out here diabetic. You ain't supposed to be out here dying of cancer. Like, that's young. You still young in your 50s and 60s, man. We ain't supposed to be breaking down like we breaking down, man, for real. I don't know what cultures and I don't know what lifestyles y'all study, but the ones I study, like, 50s and 60s and 70s, we ain't supposed to be going like that. We not. Like, straight up, man. We out here burying parents and I'm like, how old was your mom? 65. How old was your 59? Like, come on, man. And then what heart attack, stroke, diabetes. Like, man, come on, man. We got to start doing better, man. You got to stop being selfish. You should want to be around to see your bloodline develop, man. Like, straight up. You should want to be around. You should want to stick around to see that bloodline develop. For real. And the only way to stick around for that, man, is to make better decisions, man. Getting older is it shouldn't be a death sentence, man. We shouldn't be walking around at 59 thinking it's normal for our peers to be just dropping dead of diseases. Like, yeah, we just getting older out here. Man, y'all 59, y'all 65. Y'all 65, y'all shouldn't be dropping like flies at 65. Like, come on, man. We gotta change. We gotta change the narrative, man. We gotta change the narrative, man, for sure. Like, this stuff be pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it pisses me off. Y'all know, hey, my granny passed at 74. It was diabetes. I mean, essentially, she had a stroke, but it was diabetes that caused it. Listen, diabetes, you don't have to go down. Like, that's not a death sentence. You can reverse that. You just gotta make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make better decisions, man. Straight up. Straight up. We gotta make better decisions. It's unfair, man. Make better decisions, man. Make better decisions. You got people that need for you to stick around so you can see some things. Like, for real, man. Ray Sean, Big Smooth, peace. B. Paulie, peace. What's happening? Man, Doreen, my condolences, man. And see, that's what I'm talking about. We only talk about parents having to bury their children, man. But when a child has to When a child has to bury their parent or watch their, like, witness the death of their parent way before, like way too early in life, man, that's just as traumatizing as the parent having to bury the child prematurely. It's just as traumatizing, man. At like 31, like that's, come on now, come on now. And then even on top of that, when they not taking care of themselves, just having to watch them deteriorate. Like you got a pops, or you got, you know what I'm saying, your pops or your moms. They may not be the past, but their quality of life is horrible. Man, you don't want to keep seeing that, man. You don't, every time you go see your mom's, like, she in bad shape. You know what I'm saying? She always got to be going to the hospital because she ain't taking care of herself. Your pops, he always got to be going to the hospital because he ain't taking care. You don't want to keep seeing that as a child, man. Hey, what you gonna end up doing? You might just stop coming around, because every time you come around, you got to see your moms or your pops in that state. Don't nobody want to see their moms and pops in that sick state, especially if your fondest memories of them is them being strong. You can't bear to see them in that weak state, man. You don't want to keep seeing that. Like, so when you slowly watching them deteriorate, that's depressing, man. You slowly watching your peoples deteriorate. You watching them make bad decision after bad decision. Like, you watching this, you knowing what these decisions gonna lead to, and they not letting up. And you just see the condition getting worse and worse. Man, that's traumatizing, man. Come on. MC, peace, what's happening? Grown man, peace, what's the word? Lindell, what's happening? Like, it's ridiculous, man. Take care of yourselves, man. You in your 50s or 60s, man, you cannot be eating and living like you 20. You can't. I mean, when you 30, you can't be doing that. Yeah, when you 20, you shouldn't be doing that for real. Cause we dropping like flies in our 20s. But man, definitely, if you didn't been fortunate enough to make it to 60, come on, man, you cannot be out here living and eating like you are 20. And 15, man, you gotta make adjustments, man. You can't be snacking. You can't be eating this junk food, man. You can't be snacking in the wee hours of the night, eating ice cream at midnight, man. You fast food at 12:30. Like, you cannot be doing that. As soon as you wake up, fast food. As soon as you go to sleep, before you go to sleep, fast food. Lunch, fast food, and you 65. Wondering why you on 25 different pieces of medication. Like, come on, man. Don't nobody, like, that. Come on, man. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, for real. Take care of yourself for your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. You should want to be around for that, man. You should want to be around for the great-grandchildren, not just for the grandchildren, for the great-grandchildren. You should want to be around for that. You should want to be around to see that bloodline develop, man, to pass on some jewels to them, man. You should want to be able to be around for that. You should want to have a decent quality of life, man, so you could pass on some jewels to your great-grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren, man. Who knows? But no, instead of us thinking like that, we eating ourselves into an early grave. We eating ourselves into an early grave. And I'm talking about most of the conditions, man, preventable. Just like B said, talking about genetics. We done already debunked that. You know what I'm saying? That's less than 5%. When it comes to, like, these diseases. Genetics accounts for less than 5% in regards to whether or not you're going to develop a disease or a condition. Less than 5%. Less than 5%. So that's letting you know those, like, what you eat, your environment, things like that play a bigger role than genetics. So we can just kill the whole genetics and it runs in my family debate. It's not even a debate. They didn't let you know what accounts for less than 5%. It's a very small percentage. If you come down with a condition, less than 5% of that. It's a less than 5% chance that it was because of your genetics that you came down with it. It's more than likely you developed that condition because of bad choices, unresolved conflicts, things like that. Like they say, man, we passing down the bad habits, man. The bad habits is what's being passed down, not these conditions, man. Seriously. And that's only, like, even if you had, like, even if something is like genetics, the lifestyle still pulls the trigger. So at the end of the day, you can be more, all that's telling you is you more prone to develop something. So you really need to watch what you do. So even if something literally does run in your family, if you do happen to be the less than 5% in regards to a condition or a disease. That still don't mean you're going to develop it. It just means you're more susceptible to developing it. So you got to be more mindful of what you do. Your lifestyle still going to still going to determine as to whether or not the trigger is pulled. So it's still the lifestyle, still the environmental factors, the lifestyle, your mindset, things like that. Like, come on, man, we gotta stop playing with ourselves, man. Stop playing with our health, man, for real. Like, I'm getting tired of watching my elders, man, make bad decisions, man. Like you 50, you 60, and you eating stuff that you know you should not be eating. Fam, like, you know you don't need to be eating this candy, and you know you don't need to be eating this junk food. What are we doing? Stop playing with y'all life, man. For real, y'all walking around like literally like we got 9 lives, man. We don't, man. Y'all better stop playing with life, man. Y'all playing with life, man. Y'all got to stop doing that, man. They got something called sudden cardiac death, man, where your first symptom can be your last symptom. You could be walking around feeling just fine and dandy, and then next thing you know, it's a heart attack, and it kills you. Sudden cardiac death. You don't want that, man. You don't want that. Then you got people walking around where he never mentioned any problems. He never mentioned that he was feeling bad. Yeah. Your body, man, listen, your body is shut down. It became numb to all the garbage you was feeding it. So it stopped communicating to you because you was ignoring the signs. Your body gave you a headache. It's like, all right, man, you're going to eat this pork. Give him a headache. All right, he ignored me. All right, he ate it again. Give him another headache. All right, he ignored me again. All right, this third time, we're going to give him a headache. But if he ignored me, we just going to stop. Then the next time we talk to him, it's going to be a heart attack, and it might kill him. That's what's happening. That's what's happening, man. Your body is numb to the toxicity. It got used to it. It didn't just realize that you ain't gonna stop. So it stopped communicating. It's like, man, what's the point? It's almost like when you not in a relationship, but when you talking to somebody, man, and you just realize they not listening, you gonna stop talking to them. Like, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of me communicating to this person, or at least striving to communicate with this person, if they not listening? It makes no sense. So I'm just going to shut off. I'm going to stop communicating. I'm going to stop talking. That's what your body will do. That's what your body will end up doing. It will stop communicating to you. It will stop giving you the signs. The next thing you know, that next symptom going to be your last symptom, and now you're dead. Now it's too late. Like that's what'll happen. Again, sudden cardiac death, like boom, sudden cardiac, boom, your heart attack, pow, now you're dead. You was feeling fine a minute ago, now you're dead. Because you didn't ignore all the signs. Y'all got to stop walking around like what y'all eat ain't going to determine the outcome out here, man. Y'all got to stop doing it, man. Y'all for real, man. It's real in the field, man. Like I'm seeing bad choice after bad choice, man. I'm looking at places like this what y'all going to do? This how hard y'all about to go with the drinking? Like, seriously, man, calm all that down, man. Calm all that down. For real, man. Y'all got to, hey, the body is a temple, man. The body is a temple. Y'all got to start viewing the body as such, man. Y'all be disrespecting that temple when you did. What happens when they disrespect Mother Nature? Mother Nature start talking to him, Mother Nature get a little destructive. That your body is a reflection of that. You disrespect that temple, you disrespect that body, then it's all right. All right, now we gonna give you a condition that's gonna be that much harder to reverse and fight. You should have gave me all of the tools that I needed, but since you didn't want to do it, since you wanted to be ignorant, now guess what? Self-destruction. Self-destruction. Because you didn't want to supply me with what I needed, so now I don't have any choice but to self-destruct because you didn't give me the proper tools. You ain't give me the proper tools, man, to heal myself. To build health, to maintain health. You ain't give me the tools, so now I got to self-destruct. Because obviously you don't want to be here. My Parker, nah, it ain't new at all. Nah, it ain't new. Nah, it's old. it ain't new. Yep, it ain't new. It ain't that. What they say ain't nothing new under the sun. Kurt for sure. And Sean Lovelace. Every condition can be reversed. I know that they gonna fact check me for saying that. They gonna say that's medical misinformation, but every ailment can be reversed. If you can develop the ailment internally, you can reverse it. Listen, don't let them tell y'all something is incurable. Don't let them tell y'all that something cannot be cured. That is a lie. Now, some things may be more challenging to reverse, but that don't mean it's impossible. Don't let them tell y'all that, man. Everything can be reversed. Everything. The keyword can be reversed. Now, again, like I said, some conditions may be a little more hard. You might have to do some extreme work to reverse some conditions. But every condition literally can be reversed. Straight up. They don't want anybody telling them that, though, because that puts them out of business, man. But yeah, Kurt, for sure, you know how people say when they make bad decisions and they say, oh, I'm going to die anyway. Yep. I'm going to die anyway. The dumbest statement. If you one of those ones, listen, if you are one of the individuals that like to say, I'm going to die anyway, so I'm going to eat what I want to eat. As I always say, you get up and you clock in to a job or for a job that you hate. If you going to die anyway, why are you getting up doing that? Why don't you go do what you want to do with your life in that regards? You only want to say you're going to die anyway when it comes to changing up the way that you eat. But you still finna go pay these bills that you want to complain about. You finna go clock into this job where you hate the boss, where you hate the job. But you gonna die anyway, though. So go do what you want to do with your life. Go do what you want to do. I don't see people saying I'm gonna die anyway, so let me go ahead and do what I want to do with my life. They only use that statement when it comes to people talking about them changing the way that they eat. That's the only time they want to say I'm gonna die anyway. That is the only time I heard that statement. So you might as well stop clocking in, stop paying your bills, stop worrying about life. Why are you stressing about life? Why would I stress about life if my whole motto is I'm gonna die anyway? Why am I stressing then? What you stressing for? You gonna die anyway. Them bills ain't gonna go with you when you dead. That job ain't gonna follow you to the grave, so you gonna die anyway. So why care about anything in life if we gonna die anyway? Why care about anything? If that is my philosophy, why would I care about anything? Why would I stress? I should be stress-free if I'm like, I'm gonna die anyway. But those people don't live like that. They don't live like that, man. It's all about the quality of one's life. Yes, we gonna die anyway, but I'm trying to live a high quality life well into my hundreds. I don't want to be in my 60s barely being able to get around. I don't want to be in my 60s and you got kids looking at me like, man, look at this dude broke down. Nah, I don't want to be living like that, man. It's about living a good quality life. That's what it's about. Well into your later years. That's what it's about. That's the name of the game. I don't want to be going in and out of doctors and hospitals for them to be lying to me, misdiagnosing me when I'm in my 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. I don't want that to be the case. That's ridiculous. And it shouldn't be the case. K-Pop, man, my condolences. Y'all already know how I feel about that. Had to watch the granny pass like it's crazy. And you know, that frustrated me because like I said, she passed, it was a stroke and it was diabetes. And I got plenty of books on diabetes and I ain't gonna say how simple it is to reverse it, but in theory, reversing diabetes is not really that hard. You just gotta discipline yourself, man. So it's like when I had to witness that, I was a little annoyed, man, because I'm like, man, if she just would have did X, Y, and Z, she'd still be here. You know, so that type of stuff, it'd be frustrating, man, when you got to sit there and watch family members with these conditions and you see what type of decisions they making. And it's like, dude, if you keep making that decision, it's not going to end well. That's why, and to be honest with y'all, man, that's how I'm able, and I'm going to be real, this may sound harsh, but that's how I'm able to cope with a lot of deaths, man, like for real. If it's a situation, I don't care if it's family, friend, I don't care who it is. If it's a situation where I feel like, man, the person just made bad decisions that led to that, it's like, man, I can't, I'm not going to cry myself into depression for that, man. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that, man. Like, tragic circumstances, like, yeah, like nobody saw that coming, man. They was just trying to go to work, buy a car, you know what I'm saying, car wreck, something like that, man. But when I'm watching somebody just make bad decisions and I done tried my hardest to get them to make better decisions, it's like at that point, man, I can't even allow myself to be stressed out like that. I can't. I can't, because what that's gonna do for me, that the type of person that I am, that's gonna break me down. Cause then now I'm gonna spend the rest of my life thinking about that. I can't allow that to happen, man. I can't. If you know what I stand for, if I've given you information, if you know that, like, all right, I was supposed to do X, Y, and Z and I just didn't, then I'm gonna have, like, you made these decisions. You know, I can't stress out over that, man, because I done did that, man. I done did that. It's not healthy. So then I'm gonna end up gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that, man. I can't do it. All I can do at that point is reflect on your life when you was here and the good memories that we had in the past. That's all I can do. When I see you making decisions that I know not gonna end well, man, I can't, you know, after I've given you the information more than once, man, I can't be invested in it no more, man, because that's gonna frustrate me. I'm gonna get upset. Like, I know what type of person I am, man. If I get real invested in that, I'm gonna get mad, and that's not good for my health. That's not good for my health. So it's gonna end terribly for the both of us, because I'm gonna be that much invested in it, man. I didn't wasted time like that, man. I didn't wasted time, man. I didn't try, man. I didn't see people struggling with all type of conditions, and I've given them books, information, herbs to take, and watch them not take it. Watch them not take any other thing, like any other information that I give them. They just ignoring it. Bow. They still eating what they want to eat. And I'm like, all right, man, forget this, man. I can't do that. Carmen, hey, listen. Oh, man, what's the name of that book? Whoo, I got to think. I think it's like The End of Mental Illness or something like that. But, man, I got a few books on Alzheimer's, dementia, all of that, and how that can be reversed with a plant. Definitely, I'm glad you said plant-based. With a raw plant-based diet, most definitely. I got a few joints on that. Man. I got a few joints on that. But definitely, a raw plant-based lifestyle will definitely help that condition. Most definitely will. And make sure, hold up. Make sure the moms get a lot of omega-3s, you know, hemp seeds, flax seeds, walnuts. Hey, blueberries are also good for the brain. All of those foods. Make sure she get a ton of that. Incorporate a ton of those foods into the diet, into the regimen. Walnuts, flax seeds, hemp seeds, all that. Blueberries. Those are all good foods for the mind, for the brain. Most definitely. A raw plant-based regimen will definitely help Alzheimer's. Will definitely help it. Most definitely. All in Dale. I'm going to give y'all a jewel. Because I don't know about y'all. I'm not big on Western medicine and none of that. I'm sure y'all already know that. That's like me pointing out the obvious. But I'm big on studying the Eastern side. And so instead of us wasting time on trying to figure out, I ain't even gonna say trying to figure out the cause. They break all the causes are pretty similar. It's one of two things. You either deficient or it's an excess, aka it's an imbalance, or you are overly acidic. That's it. Overly acidic. And a lot of people got different ways they break it down. You either overly acidic, is inflammation, is mucus. Like, it's all like, these are words that people use to try to determine the main cause of like disease. You know, the Western side, we got a good thing. We got a good way of breaking these symptoms down and associating these symptoms with a condition, and then we treat the symptoms instead of treating the underlying cause or the root cause. The eastern side, when you look at it and say, oh, the body is toxic, then you gonna work to get the body back in balance. When you do that, you gonna be good regardless. So we ain't gotta look at these symptoms. When your body start talking to you, aka symptoms, that's your body letting you know that it's imbalanced. It's overly toxic, it's overly acidic, or the body could be overly alkaline. So the body just needs to be back in balance. So you got to figure out, hey, is it a deficiency? Which more than likely, especially in the Western world, we are deficient in a lot of vitamins and minerals. We definitely deficient. We eat a lot, but we still malnourished. So a lot of us, man, we got a deficiency disease. We lacking a lot of nutrients. We eat a lot of empty calories. So a lot of our problems can be solved if we get the proper amount of nutrients, the proper amount of vitamins and minerals in our system. So we lacking a lot. So when I was studying, it broke it down like that. It was like you either have a deficiency or it's an excess. Because people don't understand. People talk about low iron. Oh, my iron is low. And they talk about all the problems associated with low iron. Well, you can have too much iron too, and it causes like the same problems. See, we don't talk about these things. Everything needs to be in balance. So when you start studying the eastern side, they deal with balance. The body is imbalanced. Let's work to get the body back in balance. The way to do that, you got to learn your body. Like that's the way to do that. You got to learn your body. Once you learn your body, then you're going to know and understand how to get it back in balance. At the end of the day, the imbalance is what's causing all of the diseases. Toxicity, that's what's causing all the mucus, whatever you want to call it, that's what's causing the disease. That's what's causing it. Like straight up. If y'all think I'm lying, like straight up, like when you sick, it is because your body is not in balance. Literally. Like that's the simple definition, simple breakdown. Kurt, I don't know if your son consumes any dairy products, but if you got any type of mucus issues, dairy products got to go. You can if mucus is a problem, if allergies are a problem, if asthma is a problem, if you got any respiratory, because I had asthma, and I can tell y'all for a fact, and we got a lot of studies to corroborate these facts that I'm talking about. Dairy is like the #1 problem with any type of condition like that. Eliminate the dairy must go. So I don't know if the son consumes any dairy, but if any dairy is being consumed, the dairy got to go. Got to cut that. No cheese, no milk, no none of that. And then I would say no eggs also. When I eliminated all of that, like my respiratory situation, man, drastically improved. I used to be in bad shape as far as like my respiratory system. Horrible, man. Like I couldn't run around a track without feeling like I'm gonna die. And I look like I'm in the best shape. I've always looked like I was in the best shape in the world, but looks can be deceiving. Man, I couldn't run around a track without looking like I'm finna die or feeling like I'm about to die. My respiratory system was garbage, man, and I could never figure that out. Could never get my conditioning up. Man, the moment I dropped dairy, the moment I stopped fooling with the dairy, and the moment I dropped the meat, all of that, man, I'm able to run 3-4 miles, and it ain't feel like I did anything. And I couldn't run around a track without feeling like I'm about to pass out. Hence why I just ran 100s and 200s. I couldn't run around that track. No matter how many times we practiced in track, and I ran track 4 years, man. And I semi-ran a little bit in college. No matter how many times we ran around this track, I still was feeling like I was going to die. Still was feeling like I was about to die. Man, when I did the vegan thing, man, I'm telling y'all, I can go run 3-4 miles, no problem. Barely crack a sweat, man. And I used to have people go running with me. I was never like a endurance runner. I never had endurance, never. And I turned it to an endurance run. I mastered it. And I would have dudes come running with me, man. They couldn't keep up. And that was never me. I used to be the dude that could not keep up. The moment I dropped the dairy, man, dairy made the biggest difference in regards to my endurance and my respiratory system improving. The moment I did that, man, I'm running. I'm like, man, this easy. And then along with mastering my breathing, doing nasal breathing in and out through the nose. See, people got to understand that when you breathe in and out through the nose, man, it goes to the brain bile. That's what you want. When you use that mouth to breathe, it go right to that chest. That was another problem. I was using my mouth a lot to breathe, man, and it would go right to my chest. That's not a good feeling. You know, so I mastered nasal breathing. The nasal breathing in and out through the nose when you working out, when you exercising. I know that's contrary to what they done told y'all, but again, that's Western. I studied my brothers on the East, and that's when I learned about nasal breathing. I was like, oh, okay, that's why I've been out here tripping. Hey, and do the knowledge. If you go to sleep, if you sleep with your mouth open slightly, you're going to wake up and you're going to be tired as a mug. You're going to be lethargic, and you're not going to understand. You're going to be like, man, why am I so tired? If you wake up in the morning and you extra tired, you may be sleeping with your mouth open. See, they don't tell y'all stuff like this. That could be the reason why you extra tired. Man, you might have slept. You like, man, I went to sleep at 10 o'clock last night and I woke up at 9. Why am I still tired? You might have had your mouth open. That can contribute to you not getting a good quality sleep. You got your mouth open. You got your mouth open. People don't be understand. Like, little things like that make a big difference. I'm telling, nasal breathing, that's when you're working out. That's why I tell people, man, when you're working out, stop all that talking. Don't be rapping the lyrics to no song, especially if you're running. Like, if you're on a treadmill or if you're running around the track, running around your neighborhood, if you're running, if you're doing some cardio, like, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Breathe in and out through the nose. Do not be opening that mouth. Do not be rapping these lyrics. Yeah, I know the song is your song, but chill out. Chill out, man. Nasal breathing, I'm telling y'all. If y'all don't believe me, just practice it. Just master it. I'm telling you, that's going to change your life. The moment I started running, doing nasal breathing, I was good. I was able to run with no music. That's how easy it became. I go to the track, man. I go run 3-4 miles. I ain't got no headphones. I'm just running because it's easy now. Because I done mastered nasal breathing. And I didn't change the way I'm eating. This is light work. I don't need no music to get me through this run. I'm good. Peace to everybody that's tapping in. Peace to everybody that's tapping in for sure. You know, so man, be mindful of that, man. Be mindful of that. Keep that mouth closed, man. People don't understand. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, man. Listen, that's why when you talk a lot, it literally drains you. Literally drains you. That's why I'm telling you, man, when you talk a lot, your mouth, you open in your mouth too much, that's gonna drain you. You may be tired simply because you open your mouth too much. Whether it's talking, whether it's sleeping, whether it's exercising in your mouth, like that may be the problem. Sharif, in peace, what's happening? That literally may be the problem. Dwayne, that could be one of the causes. But sleep apnea is definitely diet related also. Alcohol is big time associated with sleep apnea. My pops got sleep apnea. Alcohol and like red meat consumption is associated with sleep apnea. Once again, things that they don't want to tell folk. But alcohol is big time associated with sleep apnea. Alcohol consumption, like overly consuming that alcohol, definitely is one of the causes of sleep apnea. Once again, they don't want to tell folk that, but sleep apnea has a lot to do with what you eat and what you drink as well. Like some of this stuff can be so simple. So simple. Like gout. Like I remember my pop, man, I'm telling you, man, my pops had all type of, like I remember when dude had gout. I mean, gout again. Alcohol, red meat. I mean, it's like even the doctors would tell, like even some of the doctors would be like, yeah, you know, the alcohol, red meat. Like some of these causes are just like so simple. Like just cut out the alcohol, cut out the red meat. Problem solved. You don't have to take any pills for this gout, fam. Like just cut out the red meat and alcohol and you won't have to suffer from the gout again. It's literally uric acid. So all you got to do is stop consuming the joints that lead to the uric acid buildup. Red meat, alcohol. Like seriously, some of these conditions that we suffer from are just that simple. Red meat, alcohol, eliminate them, good. Don't eliminate them, keep suffering from them. I don't know about y'all, but you ain't got to tell me something like that twice. Like, oh, okay, if I stop consuming this alcohol and this red meat, okay, I ain't gotta suffer from gout anymore. Cool. I ain't never even had to start. Once I saw what gout did, I was like, I don't want to suffer from that. I'm good. What causes that? Let me limit that. Let me eliminate that. I'm good on that. I'm straight. I ain't never had gout in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw what gout did. And I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to, nah. I'm good on that. Well, man, you can't even, you in the bed, man, just sweating and hurting, man, because your toe is just all bad. Nope, I'm like, I'm good. So what can we do to prevent that? What can I do to make sure I don't ever come down with that? Because I don't ever want to suffer from that. I'm good. Yeah, y'all ain't got to tell me, man. Y'all ain't got to tell me twice. Y'all ain't got to tell me twice in my adult life. Now, when I was a kid, probably. Yeah, but y'all ain't got to tell me twice now. Oh, CC, man, gout. I done saw gout break some folk down. I'm talking about some folks that I ain't never seen break down. Like, I done saw it break them down. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Your boy is good on that. I'm not going to sign myself up for suffering. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sign myself up for that, man. I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, knowing that this causes gout and I done seen what it do, and I'm going to consume it anyway. I'm not about to gamble with my life like that. I value my life. I like being able to walk around without any pain, so I'm good. Like, I'm not about to sign up for any type of suffering like that, any type of physical pain. If I don't have to, why would I do that? Why would I consume something when I saw what it did? Why would I be like, all right, no, I see what gout is doing. You telling me these foods leads to that. I'm good then. Zoomer generation, yes. You know, you already know my answer to all of that. You know, anything pork related, emphatically no. Emphatically no. You know, seriously, people don't like to hear me talk about meat, rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? And I tell people all the time, to be fair, hey, if you got to give up anything, give up dairy. You can still eat your meat, give up dairy. Dairy might be the worst. It ain't even no might be. Dairy is the worst. You know what I'm saying? You could survive, eat meat, vegetables, fruit, things like that, as long as you eat the meat every other day. But the reason why I go so hard on the meat, people be like, oh, they ate meat back in the day. Listen, first of all, they was predominantly plant-based and they wasn't eating meat every other day. It wasn't the main staple of the diet. Secondly, they was eating meat in a form that we are not even close to consuming these days. If we had to eat the meat in the form that they was eating it back in the day, y'all would be vegan just like me. Y'all would not like the taste of the meat. Y'all would not like the way the meat tastes. So y'all can really be missing me with that type of nonsense. Oh, they ate me back in the day. Yes, they did. But guess how they was eating that joint? I can go show you some tribes right now that, yeah, they eating the meat, but look how they eating that joint. You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna like how they eating this meat. The way we season everything up, the way we go crazy with the seasoning, the way they feed these animals improperly before it gets on our plate. Nah, man. Like, they lacing these animals up with an unnatural diet, all type of hormones and antibiotics, and then let alone you consuming the trauma that animal had to go through. Like, it's all bad out here, yo. It's just all bad out here, man. That's why I push the lifestyle that I push. Like, I'm not aggressive with it, but when I do talk about it, like, I get passionate because, like, nah, man, we not, this ain't back in the day. We ain't eating the quality of meat that they was eating back in the day. You ain't hunting that animal down and then preparing it like that, putting it over the fire. Like, you ain't doing that. We not doing that. We going to Walmart, Whole Foods. We going to these places where it's already packaged, where they done already did all of the trash to it, and we eating that meat. That meat is no good. Like, that meat is no good at all. Like, for real. And more studies are coming out letting y'all know these facts. Letting y'all know what lifestyle is the best. The fact is coming out, man. Even the meat, even these folks in that industry know the truth. They just don't want y'all to know. Like, I got plenty of books where people in these industries and already told the folks, like, yeah, there's really no reason for people to eat meat, but it's a money maker for us. So we gotta pay off these scientists to give y'all these fabricated facts. That's all that they doing. They didn't admit this, man. They didn't admit it. Oh, God, it's ISIS for sure. Don't even Trill Raw. Peace. What's happening? Zoomer generation. That's healthier than the cow's milk, but I still wouldn't do that. But it's the healthier version of milk. If you comparing the goat and the cow, that's the healthier version. Jamal, you say how much working out that is to hunt the animal down, which is another reason why they were able to do that, because they was lean, like we was out here having a hunt. We was hunter gatherers, so we was in good shape. So we was exercise. We was able to balance out the toxicity. Now, instead of us hunting it down, it comes right to us. DoorDash, like you order the food, it comes right to you. You ain't running, you ain't hunting nothing down. You ain't gotta run and you ain't gotta go catch this animal and then kill it. It comes right to your door. It comes right to your door. So you open the door, boom, delivery. Bow, here you go. You ain't had to move at all to get this food. You know what I'm saying? So like we in just a different day and age. Different day and age. But yeah, Goddess ISIS, man, boy, I'm trying to tell you, they got people thinking that some of these ailments cannot be reversed. It's a death sentence. You stuck with it for life. Boy, I'm talking about stuff can't be further from the truth. Crazy. I want to give hope to everybody. Whatever you dealing with, whatever physical ailment that you're dealing with, it can be reversed. Now, that don't mean it'll be easy to reverse it, but it can be reversed. I don't care what it is. It can be reversed. Remember that. See, these doctors don't be giving y'all no hope. You go to that hospital to die. Seriously. The energy in the hospital, gloomy energy, man. You feel the death when you walk in. That ain't supposed to be how that is, man. You supposed to be giving these people hope, man. They got the Hippocratic Oath, which they, you know what I'm saying, we already know who they stole that from. Imhotep, things like that, was the original father of medicine. But they got the Hippocratic Oath, man. Thou shalt do no harm. First, thou shalt not do no harm. They not supposed to be doing harm to y'all. But they telling you got 3 months to live. It ain't no hope. They going against their oath. They going against the oath. Man, you walk in that hospital, it smell like death. A hospital ain't supposed to be, man, a place that's revolving around supposedly healing, curing folk. It ain't supposed to be like that. You supposed to be able to smell life like that. You go there for treatments. They are treating your situation. It's not to reverse it. It's not to cure it. They go there to treat you. Really, they go there to speed up the process of you dying. That's for real. Like, that's real talk. Oh, Just X, don't even, I'm already here. These platforms, corny, these platforms trash when you start speaking this truth. Devin, man, I get tired of people talking about protein. God, like, boy, I get so tired of that. I remember I posted the other day, which is crazy. When you go vegan, everybody a scholar on protein. They got their PhD in protein. Crazy. Everybody know about protein. That's the only macronutrient in existence. Like the only thing that's important is protein. And it sounds stupid. But I had posted something and I was like, boom. I forgot the exact number. It was like Americans typically get I think it may have been around 16 to 18 grams of fiber. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know the exact number. I think I know 18 was in there. And the recommended grams is like 25 for women, 35 for men, something like that. So it was like 80 to 90% of the population is deficient in fiber. So they worried about where we getting our protein from. More than likely, they deficient in fiber. So leave me alone. Where you getting your fiber from? There's no fiber at all in any meat. Meat does not contain fiber. So if you just eat a bunch of meat You eating a bunch of egg whites, you eating a bunch of eggs, you have no fiber. Where's your fiber? Where's your fiber? You fiber deficient. You ain't eating no fruits, you barely eating any vegetables. And then when you eat the vegetables, they overly cooked. So where your vitamin C coming from? Where your vitamin C coming? You so worried about my protein. Where your vitamin C coming from? Where your fiber level at? Where your vitamin A levels at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it. We on Lock Nation. Peace, what's happening? I can't stand it. I start naming all other vitamins and minerals and all that. I start naming other stuff. So where your fiber, like you getting enough fiber? You know, when they start asking me about protein, you get to make it. You have got to really focus hard to be deficient in protein. Literally. Jamal, vitamin A by itself is not dangerous. Everything is dangerous in excess. So your body needs a certain amount of it. Just like iron. Iron can be dangerous if you consume too much of it. You know, we have things like we have minerals, which again, you don't need a lot of these minerals. Iron is one of them. You don't need much iron. So too much iron can kill you. Too little iron can kill you. You know what I'm saying? So vitamin A, when you get the proper dosage, which I always forget, it might be like 500. I forgot how they measure it. 500 IUs, 500 to 1,000, maybe something like that. But if you get the proper amount, then you good. Which again, that's the balance that I'm talking about. That's the balance, because vitamin A could essentially help you with your vision. You know, you get the vitamin A from the carrots, you know, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, things like that. But of course, you never want to do things in excess. So yeah, literally every vitamin and mineral can be dangerous in excess. So yes, vitamin A could definitely be dangerous if you consume too much of it, for sure. Yeah, Jamal, for sure. But I just be, you know what I'm saying? Like I be wanting to click, because some people will see that and be like, oh, they say vitamin A is dangerous. Don't consume it at all. Because you got people that don't know how to think. So you be having to, you know what I'm saying, got to clarify that for the people that hear you say vitamin A is dangerous and then therefore I should consume no vitamin A. People would think that. So you be having to clear that up for the people that don't know how to use critical thinking skills. But for sure though. B. Pauly. Man, I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram, Facebook, but y'all see the type of weight that I'm lifting. There's no protein that's lacking here. Like I said, you got to focus real hard to be deficient in protein. When was the last time y'all heard somebody die because of a lack of protein? I'm going to wait for the answers here. But when was the last time y'all had a death in y'all family, or y'all had a close friend that died, or y'all saw it on the news where somebody died because they was lacking protein? When was the last time y'all saw that? Somebody just let me know. Give y'all time to answer that. When was the last time y'all heard somebody, the cause of death was they lacked protein? When was the last time y'all heard that? Somebody let me know something. When was the last time? I don't recall. I don't know anybody that died because they lacked protein. Protein deficiency. Like I don't know. I don't know anybody personally. Maybe y'all do, but I don't. So I'm gonna wait for y'all to tell me something. Maybe y'all know somebody. But I personally do not. Like I said, if you lack in protein, if you get yourself to a point where you lack in protein, you got other problems. Like you probably in starvation mode, because like literally that's the only time that you gonna lack protein. So if you lack in protein, I guarantee you the protein is not the only thing that you lack. You're probably lacking a lot of other things as well, because at that point you just not eating enough. Literally, if you are eating enough, you gonna more than likely have the proper amount of protein. It's that simple. It is literally that simple. Like I said, you gotta focus hard to not get the proper amount of protein. Literally. Big Smooth, yep. And then like the amino acids, that's what come together and form the protein. Like, I'm telling you, man, protein is so, man, in 2020, it's so easy now to get your protein. It just don't even make any sense. Like, it don't even make any sense to think somebody is gonna lack protein because it's just so easy to get protein. Like, it is crazy. Like, there are other things. I'd rather you ask me where I'm gonna get my vitamin B12 from or something like that. I feel like that's more of a. I'd rather you ask me that. Protein is so easy to get, man. That's the least of our concerns as vegans. Like, seriously. That's the last thing I'm worried about as a vegan. Like, I worry about other joints first. Like, let me get this calcium. Let me get this vitamin B. Let me get this B12. Let me make sure I'm getting this iron in me. Like, I worry about that stuff before I worry about protein, man. I'm good on protein. I ain't worried about no protein. Do I look, you know what I'm saying? Like, do I look like I'm frail? Do it look like if the wind blow, I'm about to break? Like, no, I don't look like that. Like, I don't look like that, and I can still pick up heavyweight with no problem. I can still squat heavyweight with no problem. No problem at all, man. Like, seriously. Seriously, man. I'll be for sure. For sure. Zoomer generation, you say is GMO fruit safest and cheapest. So you got so this is the thing. And I gotta grab, it's a book that got a list. So I don't want to try to quote off this list like off the top of my head. I want to get directly to the list so I can give it to you verbatim. But in regard, you got organic fruits and vegetables and you got conventionally grown fruits and vegetables. So if you're not able to afford organic, there are certain fruits and vegetables that are actually cool to eat that are conventionally grown. It's a list, but I got to give y'all the list. There are some fruits and vegetables that if you cannot find them organic or afford organic, they are cool to eat. You just got to make sure you wash them thoroughly. It's a whole list of them though. It's like a ranking, and I'm gonna give y'all that list when I get to it. But it's like a list. They tell you if you got to get some conventionally grown fruits and vegetables, these are the ones to get. They tell you which fruits and vegetables to get from the conventional end, and they tell you which ones are the best to get like organically and things like that. But they like if you can't find these organically, then these are cool to get conventionally grown, and these are the ones that you want to stay away from that's conventionally grown. So it's a whole list. It's a whole list. They just say you gotta wash them thoroughly though. You gotta wash them thoroughly. Like that's it. But I'm gonna give you the list. Now you want to opt for organic though. You know what I'm saying? You want to opt for that organic though at all times if you can. You know that's the best bet. That's always the best bet. You know, and even sometimes with that stuff, man, they trying to trick us. You know, but more so they trying to trick us with the whole plant-based man, something will say plant-based. And it'll still have like eggs and stuff in the ingredients, man. Because people don't understand like egg is not necessarily a dairy product. So something could be non-dairy and have egg in it. And I remember like a lot of people was confused. A lot of people go buy something, like for me, and they be like, yeah, it say non-dairy. You vegan, ain't you? I'm like, but they got egg in it though. And people was thinking like egg and dairy is the same thing. I'm like, nah, yo. Some can say non-dairy, some can be like plant-based and it still got this egg in it. I don't want that. I don't want none of that. You know, at all. I'll be for sure. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, there you go, Goddess Isis. Hey, screenshot that joint. There you go. That's the list. And from what I'm seeing right now, that look right and exact. That look like exactly the list. Like I said, I ain't even want to try to take the L and try to spit it off the top of the head. You know how it is, man. I'm working smarter, not harder out here. I want to go right directly to my resource there. But yeah, that look accurate. I know for a fact asparagus was on that joint, so that looks like it's right. Oh yeah, Zoomer in for sure. If it got the 9 on it, like it start with a 9, that's automatically organic. Like for sure. Oh boom, yeah, they slap pork in a lot of things, man. You would be like people don't be reading labels, man, but they disguise a lot of the joints, man. Like it's pork, but it ain't named pork. You know what I'm saying? Like the name ain't pork, but it's pork though. The animal byproducts and stuff like that, man, you gotta be doing the knowledge out here, man. It's a lot of, like, they be sneaking a lot of that stuff in these foods, man. That's why sometimes you might be eating something that you think is a health food and it make you feel sick. That's because it ain't, it's some animal byproducts in that joint. They snuck that in on you. You ain't do your research, you ain't do your due diligence out here, man. All big smooth, yeah. Yeah, that corn can get interesting for sure. But yeah, man, we gotta do a better job. You know what I'm saying? Get your fast on, fam. Like, get your fast on. Like, I got the smoothie joint right here, man. I'm already, there go my smoothie, man. Bunch of greens in that joint, bunch of spinach, kale, pineapple joints, man. But they're like in that joint. Drink your smoothie, man. Like, drink that joint, man. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables, man. Stop playing. Why are you going a day without eating some fruits and some vegetables, man? How is that possible? What are you doing? What are you doing? What you mean you don't like water? Like, what you talking about? We too old for that. You don't like water. What? You don't like living? You don't like being alive? You don't like your body? You don't like yourself? Like, your body, like, listen, a large chunk of your body is like comprised of water. Like, a large chunk of your body. So what you mean you don't like water? You don't like yourself, huh? A large chunk of your body is made up of water, and you telling me you don't like water. So I guess it's safe to say you don't like yourself. Like, come on, man. For real, y'all gotta stop playing, man. Y'all gotta stop talking weird like that. I don't like water. All right. I hear you. Well, then drink these smoothies then. Get your water in via these fruits, via these vegetables. Spinach is like 95% water. You know what I'm saying? So put that spinach in a smoothie. Blend it up with some, you know what I'm saying? Blend it up with some of your favorite fruits and whatnot. Get your water in that way. Get your water in that way. So we gotta stop playing out here, man. Y'all gotta stop playing with that health, man. Y'all gotta get it together. We gotta be right and exact out here, man. Like I said, you gotta be around for these future generations, man. We gotta see the bloodline develop, man. It's important. Stop playing around with your health, man. You don't take care of your body will not take care of you. Like, straight up. Straight up, man. I don't want to keep having to sound like a broken record, man. But hey, as I look around, our health is not getting better. It's on the decline, fam. It's on the decline. So I gotta keep on letting y'all know, man, hey, do what you need to do. Drink that smoothie, eat them fruits, eat those vegetables. Drink that water, man. Exercise. Life can be so much easier life can be so much easier for us, man. So much easier. But y'all, man, I gotta bust this move, man. I gotta get this gym ready for this last little session, last little class. So I gotta get it ready, man. I done went over a little bit, but I appreciate y'all, man. I want to give y'all once again a little book that I'm breaking down right now. Happy is the one who is nothing. I'm on my philosophical grind right now. It's my joint right here. Happy is the one who is nothing. This is the type of vibe I'm on right now, man. We striving to master the mind. We striving to master this life thing. That's what I'm after right here, man. We striving to master life. Happy is the one who is nothing. Grab this book. This the book for the day, man. The book for the evening. Go find this book, man. It's a little small joint, man. It ain't even 100 pages. Y'all can read this in a day. So this the book for the day, man. But I'm going to let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. For sure, I appreciate y'all tapping in. It's not, hey, love is love, as Styles P say. You know, it's always a pleasure building with y'all, man. I'm going to try to tap in with y'all tomorrow. If not, I'm going to definitely do a short upload. So be on the lookout either way it go. But I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out. Peace.